Thank you for joining us today. Today we're going to be talking about the AAM Geocloud. Now the AAM Geocloud is about improving the way that AAM delivers its spatial data to its customers. For many years AAM has been delivering a wide range of different types of data to its customers across the world. This can be LiDAR data, vector data, or many different types of imagery data. And being able to access that data in any way, any time and any place is an important way that we are improving the way that we deliver our services to our customers. What you're seeing here is the AAM online portal. Now this is one way that our users can access their spatial data. Rather than being able to have to deliver the data physically via a DVD or FTP, users can now access their spatial data the moment that data is available to them. This is delivered via a URL, via a website, and can be accessible in any solution that the customer decides that they want to use. In this case, we are simply accessing it via the AAM online portal. And we're just going to log in, and we can see that if I select my map view, this is enabling me to see the many different data sets that I've got enabled to me via my secure login. If I want to then zoom down on a particular area and be able to see that data in high resolution, what I'm going to do here is I'm not sure what data I've got for this area, so I've zoomed in and I can see which different data sets that I've got available for this area using a spatial search. By using that spatial search, I can see that I've got some A3 imagery over Brisbane. So it's quite a large mosaic. And what you see now is I've just used the GPS enabled on my device, whether that be a mobile device or whether that be my GPS enabled laptop. And I've just zoomed in and you can see that this data is being served to me via an OGC WMTS. This data is being delivered to me via a cloud service that's based in Sydney. And if I just go back to my data sets, I can see the many different data sets that I've got available to me. So maybe I want to be able to go and have a look at what data sets I've got over the Hunter Valley. Again, utilizing those same OGC web services, I can see that I've got a large amount of the Hunter Valley captured in high resolution imagery. So if I just zoom in, I can position myself over the many mines that we look after across the Hunter Valley. Or maybe we want to zoom down and we want to have a look at the port down in Newcastle, and we can zoom in and we can see the different types of data sets that we can also deliver via these services. In this case, this is 10 centimeter high resolution imagery over the stockpiles down at the port. Now I want to be able to also access this data in a more intelligent manner as well. Rather than just being delivered straight imagery, I'd also like to be able to have a look at the multiple different epochs that I've got available to me. So in this case, we're actually accessing the data via a more advanced GeoCortex front end. So in this case, we're accessing that same imagery over the Hunter Valley. And in this case, I want to be able to zoom down on this particular mine. This is Ravensworth. And I want to also be able to have a look at the different epochs that I've got. So let's just have a look at the main pit. And I also want to be able to have a look at the 2012 imagery and compare and contrast how the pit has changed over a period of time. But what I'd also like to be able to do is I'd also like to be able to integrate my vectors. So in this case, we're accessing a whole range of different vectors being served to me, again via services. And in this case, I have nothing actually on my computer. Everything you're seeing here is being delivered to me by the AAM Geocloud. What I'd like to also be able to do is I'd like to also be able to do some certain tasks. I'd like to be able to zoom in on a particular area, add some annotation. So in this case, I'm just going to draw an area. In this case, it's actually going to be an area that we're going to be blasting tomorrow. And I want to be able to let the other people on the mine site know that there's going to be blasting in this area. So I'm just going to highlight the polygon. I'm going to add some annotation text. So blasting area. Once I've added this text, what I'd like to be able to do is I'd like to be able to generate a PDF which I can then supply to anybody that needs that. So in this case, I'm just going to print map. I'm going to select the particular print template that's good for this particular type of map. This will go off to the server, and the server would take the imagery and the vectors and the new annotation, and I can then just now go and open that file, and I can just open that PDF, and you can see that it's taken all the details that are available, including things like the date, and all of these text fields can be customizable. And you can see that I've generated a map very simply and easily without having to bother my GIS team. In a similar way, I'd now like to be able to zoom. If you remember the port that we looked at in the first website, so let's just zoom down to Newcastle. And in this case, I'm also fortunate enough that I have some satellite data over the entire area. By working with AAM, we also have the reseller capabilities for GeoEye, RapidEye, and Digital Globe. And in this case, we're actually accessing the cloud services from the GeoEye IQ services, and we can see that this covers the entire area over Newcastle. But in this case, we want to be able to use that as a general overview. But again, remember in this particular case, we want to zoom down, and we want to have a look at the most recent stockpile analysis that we've got for this particular port. What's also nice about this is being able to zoom down to those stockpiles, and also being able to do some integration with some measurement analysis. So in this case, we're just going to measure the area of the most recent stockpile. Now, all of this analysis can be simple or advanced depending on your particular workflow. So we can build this particular infrastructure to really fit within your workflow. So you can see everything in here is pretty customizable to your particular needs. But what's also nice about this is then you are going to have some power users. And those same power users will want to be able to take this same data and being able to integrate that within their software of choice. So what you're seeing here is I'm using those same data services, and I'm actually using this now. Hopefully some of you will recognize that this is the ArcGIS interface. And we're accessing those exact same services within my ArcGIS suite. Now by utilizing OGC Web Services, I can integrate this into many different software packages, whether it be Vulkan, whether it be ArcInfo, whether it be MapInfo. It's really your choice on how you want to access your data. So again, you can see the same areas being accessible within my ArcGIS suite. And I can then use this with many of my other different tools that I like to use within my ArcGIS package. And again, what you can see here is we're just zoomed back down to my stockpiles, and you can see you've still got the same speed and performance that you were seeing within the web browser, but inbuilt within my GIS software choice. So hopefully you can see by utilizing the AAM Geocloud, what we are delivering is a very flexible solution. Some people may just want to be able to access their imagery via a website and just see the most recent imagery. Some people may want the flexibility of adding map templates, simple annotation and collaboration, and being able to customize those workflows for their particular use. And some people are going to want to be able to be power users and access that data in their software of choice. So you can see again within this case, we are also accessing the many different OGC services. So you can see actually we've got some Geoscience Australia, WMS, and also in this case we've got access to the Digital Globe imagery archive for the entire world. So in this case we can see that we can zoom out a little bit, and we can also access the Digital Globe web services, all built within the same AAM Geocloud infrastructure. So as a user, this really gives you that true flexibility to access the data exactly how you want it to be. But taking it one step further, within this same browser, I can now take that same capabilities and that same data, and in this case we wanted to be able to stream that imagery, but also be able to integrate it within my LiDAR data and be able to look at that same imagery but within 3D. So this is using the same streaming imagery, but by using the AAM product solution called K2VI Web. Now this enables us to be able to zoom in on any of these particular areas, but also being able to view that exact same streaming imagery within 3D. So you can see in this case, this is the industrial area over one of the mines in northern Queensland, and we can now just be able to integrate the many different vector layers, and you can see the speed and performance that you're also getting within 3D is also very impressive. So you can now position yourself and be able to visualize the many different pits within this particular mine site. So again, the use of the AAM Geocloud really gives you that full flexibility to be able to use your data how you want to use that data. And hopefully you can see that this is something that's going to improve the way that AAM delivers its spatial data to its customers. Thank you very much, and if anybody wants more information, then please contact AAM either via its website or its email, or feel free to give us a call at any time. Many thanks.